About removing the fangs from the vampire. One of the things that would really be helpful is to distinguish between needs and obligations. We've mentioned already, humans all have needs. We have need to be loved and to be significant, to be cherished, to be live in a safe environment, in relationships, etc. And so those needs and desires are ours. And as adults, we are required to meet those. The very first thing is to be able to take responsibility for those desires. Obligations, though, are the desires of other people on us. That is something that we are not responsible for. We are responsible to take care of our life and be able to navigate and meet our needs in those areas. We might choose at times to help others in need, but we are not responsible. Key point. And so we need to be able to distinguish what is my responsibility and what is not my responsibility. That begins to identify the fangs that are not supposed to be sticking in our neck. And so needs and desires and obligations need to be distinguished and categorized and understood in relationships and in very, very specific ways. First thing we want to underline completely is taking accountability and responsibility for your own needs. If you're lonely, you need to call people. If you are in need of security or safety, you need to be able to provide that and take action in that area. So being proactive, Stephen Covey talks about that in the 7 Habits of Effective People, that begin with the first things in mind and then take responsibility and be proactive. Do not wait passively and hope and pray that somehow someone else will happen or it'll just somehow magically take place. And so it is to be proactive and be responsible and be accountable to yourself. Number 2 is that you need to treat other people like you want to be treated. And we need to call ourselves to the same standard we ask others. But when we treat others the way we want to be treated, we no longer will take that on when they don't feel like we have given enough. And therefore we can easily be able to say, well, I feel very good about how I treated you. The other area that we want to focus on is to recognize that I am not responsible for someone else's feelings. And we do that by removing the hooks, as it were, and the fangs from our relationships by saying to ourselves, saying to in our conversations that I'm sorry you feel that way. But you will refuse to take that inside. I am not responsible for your feelings, and I hope you're feeling better. The other way would be because someone is dumping and emotionally flooding all over you, you learn to be able to not necessarily sit there and just take it or listen for hours and hours while someone is just kind of spewing all over. And don't allow them to suck you dry. And you do that by saying, well, obviously you're really upset. Maybe you should go and kind of calm down or do something that would be helpful, and I'll let you do that. In that same way, then, that means you stop rescuing. You stop trying to be their savior. You stop trying to somehow make them okay. It is not your job for them to be okay. And by that, then, you also are able to rest and relax and accept reality, accept yourself, accept them, and depend and believe on them to solve their life issues and to become satisfied in how they meet their needs, but no longer to take responsibility. Now, to live in that kind of peace and be able to kind of experience turmoil and stress with others around you, but remain calm and not affected inside, is often where we would draw spiritually. We would go to a higher power. We would go to God. We would work it out some way in however you want to see that in terms of prayer or meditation and being able to to solidify what your own values are. What do you believe in? How should I be, knowing what I believe? And there it goes back where you, once again, manage. That's a key word. Manage your own desires. And spirituality does that really well, helps us in that area, and hence also helps us manage our emotional states.